Nintendo alert. It's your boy. And I'm back and better than ever. Took the morning off. I got some sleep. Though I will say, folks, I think I'm coming down with something. I'm coming down with a cold of some sort. Which is not... You don't love to see it. Okay? Not the best thing to happen to you. Hey, Game123. How's it going, buddy? What'd you eat today? Well, in the meantime, I've got to send out some stream alerts. But I do want to direct your attention to the New York City mayoral election results. In the top right-hand corner of the screen. Now, been following this race at all, you understand that this is a battle between... It's a battle between a progressive candidate, Zohran Mamdani. I think that's how you say his name. I'm going to be honest with you. I've only read things about it. I haven't watched any media on it, so I may be completely off base. And if that's the case, then I will be wrong. But the big primaries tonight. And so even though the primaries tonight, apparently we won't likely know final results until next Tuesday. I think they're expecting all the ranked choice stuff because in New York City they have ranked choice voting, which is an interesting system if you're not familiar with it. It is essentially you rank candidates rather than just vote for one. You rank your top 5, right? Or your top 10 or however many. I don't know how many it is in New York. But you rank them. And if your first choice gets knocked out, then your votes in the second round go to, or let's back it up here. If your first choice gets knocked out in the first round, then your second choice gets your votes in the second round. I think I'm saying this correctly. Your first choice gets knocked out in the first round, your vote goes to the second choice that you listed in the second round, provided that that person hasn't already been knocked out. And then it just kind of works like that. So if your second choice is the candidate who manages to stay in the race, great, that person's the one who gets your vote, right? But if the second choice gets knocked out, then they go down to your third choice, right? And so eventually the idea is somebody's going to get all the votes. And whoever has the most at the end of the day, whoever gets above 50%, I think, wins. 50% plus 1. Right in Birdo? Yeah. And so anyway, all of this is to say, it's a little bit different of a process. But it is promising that with 85% of the vote in, the progressive candidate has still got a lead. Because I think that it's my understanding that it's more likely that people will... It's my understanding that more people will vote for, what's it called? Will vote for the progressive in the second and third and fourth ballot rather than vote for Cuomo. And so I feel like it's pretty promising right now. I feel like it looks pretty good right now. Now, caveat, I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. But that's okay, you know? That's right. Be promising. Blue Sky seems to think that everything is looking good. And so I feel good about it. Tim Onion posted, Bill Clinton, please endorse my enemies. Matt Binder says, a good thing may happen. I can't believe it. Yeah. And so I think just based on the results here, I'm seeing people saying 81% in. There's no statistically realistic way for Cuomo to overtake Mamdani tonight. Zoran won't hit 50% tonight, but he wins the first round and goes into the IRV count next week as the near certain favorite to win. Because I think everything I've seen on social media about this race is don't rank Cuomo, right? Rank, the progressives kind of as a slate together. And so I feel relatively optimistic. If smarter people, and I'm just trusting that they're smarter, are saying that, I think that's good. Yeah, the Yoshis are really big in this game. Plop dumps. Brad Meyer's here. Radmeyer, do you want to jump in VC and talk about your feelings about the Dem establishment? I feel like that's always a real barn burner of a conversation. I'm in VC, Radmeyer. So, whenever you have a moment, if you could get your tuckus in here. After you cook your dinner. What did I eat today? I was waiting for you to ask. I'm glad you did. What did I eat today? I had a lean cuisine pizza and a protein bar for lunch. And then we had like a risotto chicken sort of thing for dinner tonight. And then I had some ice pops as a little snack. I am going to play a few solo knockout tours just to make sure I'm not in a good mood. Because here's how this usually works, is I either win or I lose and then I get really upset. And so in one case, I'm going to be thrilled that I did this. In 99% of cases. This will serve only to irritate me. And if I do happen to pull out a win, I'm going to end up losing XP like I did the last time. But yeah, game, I'm trying to actually eat less. I feel like I've been kind of eating like garbage lately, And I've got a big wedding coming up in November that I can't be like super out of sorts for. I've got to be nice and svelte, All right, here we go, folks. Excellent. Wahoo! Alright. So the name of the game here, just to clear these checkpoints, I have it out for that crab now. I hope that crab gets cooked. It's cooked and served at a seaside restaurant. Ooh, I've got some pretty strong power-ups here. Oops. I'm kind of in trouble, though. I want to use the power-ups, but I also can't really delay. But you know what? Let's do this. We're full sending. Yo, what up, Pablo Diablo? Good to see you, buddy. How's the wife? How are the kids? How's the mistress? How's the family of feral cats that lives under the house? I'm just making up Pablo Diablo lore, by the way. How's your adopted grandchild? God damn. Okay, I've been Mario Karted here. That's okay, I'm in 12th now. Oh no. Oh no. Wow. 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 What an immense fuck up. What an immense fuck up. New York alert. Hey, Tasty. So with 89% of the vote coming in here, we've got still a very strong lead. Strong lead for the good guys here. I'm humiliated by what just happened. That is terrible, and that's not what I needed. That'll probably... I mean, I hope that the game was generous, and... I hope that the game's generous, and we'll say, hey, you know what? First one's a bygone. You know, first one's a mulligan. That would be great. I don't think it's going to be for 16th place in a totally preventable way. What happened? I accidentally mushroom boosted, but like when I mushroom boosted, I didn't drift because I didn't think I needed to, and it shot me into the muck, and I sort of like Lakidu'd out at the last second. Okay, 8471, so I didn't lose any XP from that. But that, I think the game's got me on notice now. It's saying, listen, you cannot fuck up like that again. Not a W, I'm taking it well. Well, I'm trying to learn from it, you know? I think that that's really the important thing in this game. Is if you want to increase your skill, right? If you want to get your VR up, as it were, you got to kind of learn from your mistakes. And I never want to be the guy who doesn't admit when they make big fuck-ups, because then what happens is you get people in your comments telling you that you fucking... Oh, you suck. Fake Mario Kart expert. I never want to purport to be that, you know? The only thing I purport to be is a man who plays Mario Kart. The quality of that gameplay can neither confirm nor deny. I think I scared Blue Yoshi off the edge there. Hamburger helmet. Yeah, somebody... There is a hamburger character, I think. I don't know what the deal is with that, because I'm not sure... I'm not sure who that is. Baked Beans is driving in a way that stresses me out. Wow. Great timing there, Lucky 2. Oh, wow. The blue shell missed me for some reason. Oh, no. This guy's name is in Japanese. That means he's really good at the game. Oh no! That's not good. That's gonna cost me. Oh, that's gonna cost me too. Dude, that guy's fucking bullying me. Oh my god! Okay, I mean, first, second is a pretty good series of checkpoints to have cleared, and so I feel reasonably good that the game is gonna accept my XP sacrifice. Oh, nice. Now please be a gold mushroom. Nice, there is one in there. That is great news. Excellent. Dude, me and this fella here, I think me and this penguin with the Japanese name, I think we're establishing ourselves as clear front runners in this lobby. I admire his skill. I hate that he's ahead of me, but I admire what he's bringing to the table. I see him as a true competitor. Shame what's just happened to him, these red shells. Oh no, that was fucked. You eat pizza just right now. Well, that's fun. I'm glad you're having some pizza. I like pizza, honestly. I'm a big pizza fan. We'll have to see what that did to my XP. Because I was like first, second, and then I came in fifth, right? Like, I feel like I shouldn't lose XP from that. In fact, I would imagine I gain it a little, maybe like 1 or 2. Because I think what I've gathered from the videos I've watched is that the XP system is like fairly lenient in that it understands the sort of the level of the skill level of the people in the room, and then where you are at each checkpoint, right? And so it can see, like, if you've been first, second, first, and then you get, like, you know, very last place, it's not necessarily that you're not racing well. Oh, so I didn't lose any XP there. I didn't lose any, I didn't gain any. But it's not necessarily that you're not racing well, it's just that you had a bad break. Hey, typical teenage gamer. Or, as we established last night, gamer. I'm doing good. I think I'm getting a little sick. I'm getting a little cold of some sort. I took some ibuprofen and it kind of knocked the feeling down a little bit, but yeah, something's brewing. Okay, so I've got a boo, and I've got a mushroom. I'm gonna wait until the next box. And then I will use it. That was completely necessary. Wow, a gold shell. Wow, what a terrible item. I might get knocked out here. God damn it. God damn it. Oh. Oh, no. Oh, wow, that blue shell notification was horrifying, because I was just a major asshole to that one person. And then I just instantly get blue shelled. But fortunately, it looks like it encountered turbulence somewhere and fell apart. That's not... That was way too close for comfort there. Yeah, that was insane. That was too close. God damn it. Oh, I'm gonna need another clutch here then. Ugh. Oh, we got the clutch. Unbelievable. Oh, it doesn't let you do that. Oh well. I turned too hard. I tried. I turned too early. Uh, 92% of the vote in, and Zoran has extended his lead by a little bit, it looks like. I feel like he was at one point up 43.5% to 38%. Now it's 36% for Cuomo, so I think, I think that they're going to do it. That did suck. That did suck. But, you know, that was my fault. I got cocky. That's okay. I really feel good about this cart. And I don't know... And this will be my last one, and then we'll do an open... we'll do an open lobby. This will be my last kind of... what's it called? Solo here. Also, apologies. It says to activate chat, please enable channels here. So my restream is having a moment. So if you send a message, I might not see it right away. But this will be my last solo game, and then I'll open the lobby up, and we can hang out. And then tomorrow, I don't know. I mean, okay, so I still didn't lose any XP. That's so funny. This game is like, nope, you are about where you should be. No better, no worse. Oh no. Okay, I think that's it for us, gang. I think we might start to use that XP that we've been kind of harvesting here. Well, let's see. Let's see what we can do. There we go, we made it. Okay. At least we didn't get the worst standing. So let's keep things moving here. Taking a turtle shell to the prostate exam is a questionable strategy. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. As long as everybody gets electric lightning. Yeah, I know I can dodge the blue shell with the mushroom. Sorry, that sounded bitchier than I intended. But I do, yeah, I do. I miss everybody with that. I'm a dumbass. I'm a dumbass, and I deserve only the worst things. Okay, come on. I don't know why it's the action is so thick. Okay, so we've got this. Let's go. Come on, give me a bullet bill. Yes, great. Triple red shroom, not ideal. Would have preferred gold. But a bullet bill solves a lot of our problems if we can pick up some ground organically here. Oh, I gotta use it now. We're already pretty close to the edge here. There we go. Oh no, that was a good item too. Gosh, I love a good Mario versus Bowser encounter in this game. It just feels like correct, you know what I mean? Nice, okay. Oh wow, very good items. Let's hope we don't get stolen or electrocuted out of my hands. Oh, we made it. Okay. Hello.
Hello. Hey there, demons. It's your boy.
Hey, demons. Okay. Getting serious now, Radmire.
I won't talk to you about the election.
Not yet, at least. But I am interested in all of your sultry hot takes.
I don't know if they're even hot takes. I feel like it's just a lot of people's opinions.
No, that's just like your opinion, man.
Yeah, true.
Oh, I did it! A victory royale. How did I do? Plus 57! We made it to 8,500!
Dude, you're getting kind of sweaty.
Dude, I am actually, because I think the highest you can be is 9999. And so, like, the YouTubers I watch are a lot like people in the 9,000s who are like, oh, I can't fall below 9,000. And I'm like, damn, if you're pro and you can't fall below 9,000 and I'm 8,500, does that mean I'm okay at this game?
You're in striking distance. I went to Target and played it on the demo Switch 2 earlier today.
That's exciting. Did you play Donkey Kong as well?
No, I just wanted to see this. I didn't want to get excited for the Switch because I don't know that I'm going to buy it. So
yeah,
I was wondering if I could connect to the internet and play on your stream from the demo Switch 2.
Oh, that would be fun. Dude, I'm so happy. I'm so happy I won. Every time I lose, I hate myself. But every time I win, I'm like, am I good at this? Am I pro?
The imposter syndrome drops for like a second. You're like, oh shit.
Dude, for just a second, I'm like, could I be okay at this game? Golly. Okay. So we've got game 1, 2, 3. Quick Draw McGraw over here. Joining in. Let me view room info. And so, folks, if you would like to join, the game, 32S LXS is your situation. That's what you type into the machine. You'll be connected with our lobby. Zayden, that's a new name, but welcome in, buddy. Glad you're here. We'll give it a minute or two, and we will build a repertoire of people. So I'll give it maybe 3 minutes at the 7:30 or 10:30, depending on your time zone. We'll jump into the action. Gosh, Redmire, a good Mario Kart Knockout Tour win just gets you just fully torqued, you know?
Fires you up.
Fires you up. Straight up bricked, you know?
Bricked up like Kirby when you press down B.
That's right, dude. I'm fucking down beat right now. I'm down beat right now, brother. Dude, I just knocked the...
Bad.
That's right. I just knocked the bench out from underneath the toads there. That was funny. 93% of the vote in, and things still look good. So I'm going to close the New York City election results there.
Oh.
And we can
it's
just...
only first choice. It's only first choice votes, but still. I mean, that's pretty good for him.
Well, I think that the understanding is that... the first place people are... or that the second and third and fourth and fifth round votes will benefit him, you know, and so it'll be bad.
So, right?
Yeah, it'll be bad for Cuomo.
Right. If somebody was afraid to vote for him first choice, they might have ranked him second or third.
Who do I usually invite here? Bitman, X, Neonofova, King of Bacon, Metal Chaos. And
Metal
then
Chaos is streaming Death Stranding right now, so.
Death Stranding 1.
Death Stranding 2.
Oh, is that out?
Yeah.
I'm sure he's gonna let me know. Hey, game 1, 2. Gosh, I'm so excited about that win. I'm not over it yet.
It shouldn't be. It's exciting.
All right, we're going to get started. We're going to jump into a little knockout tour action here. I don't know why Restream is acting up today. It says, to activate chat, please enable channels here. Listen, chat is activated, okay? Oh, thanks for popping in, MVT. Also, for folks who are tuned in on YouTube or Twitch, just be aware that both chats exist, and so I may address or speak to people who you don't see in chat, and it is not evidence of a mental breakdown. You will find plenty of other evidence to that end, but it is two chats at once. Thank you. So what do you think, Radmeyer? What are your thoughts on the Democratic establishment, how it pertains to good old Cuomo? I can't believe Bill Clinton endorsed that, man. I can't believe he had the balls, just the brass set to come out there and say, hey, I know I'm credibly accused of being on the Epstein flight logs, but you know what I'm going to do is endorse a, like, sexual harasser. It's insane.
I think especially... I mean, it's a bizarre choice, but I think it just speaks to how out of touch the establishment continues to be. Because basically nobody wanted Cuomo. Like, nobody that's even vaguely progressive wanted Cuomo. And I feel really vindicated by the results so far, because I feel like I've been hearing for, like, I don't even know, almost a decade, since 2016, like, well, Democrats would fall in line and vote for Trump if he was a Democrat, and Cuomo is, like, credibly the closest we're gonna get to that, and we just told him to go eat shit. So,
right.
I feel pretty good about that, despite the fact that I don't live in New York or anywhere near New York. Tonight, I am a New Yorker.
Shut the fuck up.
In spirit.
Je suis New Yorker. Ich bin ein New Yorker.
Ich bin ein New Yorker. I'm very happy, because he himself has been incredibly accused of sexual assault and all the shit he did when he was governor. It was, like, wild. It was almost like the establishment getting behind Biden, but even worse, because, like, Biden hadn't really done anything bad. He was just kind of generally unexciting, and people didn't want him.
Yeah, he was just kind of a shit candidate, but there's nothing wrong with being a shit candidate. You know what I mean?
Right, but Cuomo had actively done things that you should not want your elected officials to do.
Right.
Right? So the fact that there was a big push to try to get him into office from people like Bill Clinton I am mystified by it, because it seems like the party is desperate to get everybody to go back to the way things were, and I don't think that they have yet to accept that that's just not going to happen. And they're the ones who need to fall in line, and not the other way around. This is not Bernie in 2016. Like, we're so far beyond that. And I'm just very happy, because Cuomo's, like, a dick. Like, he's absolutely 100% parked in a bike lane right now, wherever he is. He's just that kind of guy, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Cuomo's a bad guy. That's the thing, right? Is it's like, it's just not a good person. And it's all, the thing that sort of frustrates me is that all of this shit just involves a little inconvenience for people who currently have power. Like, at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to, is like, the thing with David Hogg is a really great example. At the DNC, and game 1, 2, 3. What a little fucking jump ski that was. Oh, I'm fucked. Oh wow, everybody's getting fucking chilled here. That's crazy. But anyway, so David Hogg, and we'll fill in the audience here. We'll pretend that people are listening for the political commentary and not the Mario Kart. But so David Hogg was the vice chair of the DNC. He was, like, elected properly, went through all the channels, and then he said, well, I'm gonna start a super PAC, and I'm gonna primary legislators who need to be primaried, which is real, right? Like, there are a lot of people who just fucking suck, who are in elected office, who could use a primary challenge to keep them on their toes, keep them honest, keep them looped into what people actually want, right? Really basic 101 shit. But so in the process of setting up that super PAC, suddenly the Democratic Party found that his election actually wasn't valid because technically, according to this, blah, blah, blah. And, like, listen, whether... Oh, no. That's a lot of bob-ombs. Whether or not the specific bylaws or whatever, like, are the way they are, or, you know, whether or not they have legal grounds to get on David Hogg's ass about his eligibility to run for chair or whatever, like, it's such a bad look for the party to continually do this thing where it defends incumbents at all costs. And by at all costs, I mean like at the cost of the actual fucking governing that they're supposed to be doing, right?
To the detriment of the people they're supposed to be serving.
Right, because it's like, yes, is it inconvenient if you have a whole bunch of like currently sitting, tenured, established elected officials who would have to be replaced or would be replaced by this process? Like, yeah, that is inconvenient. But like, by choosing to sweep that under the rug and by choosing to completely ignore the fact that so many people are just fed up with the way things are, you're essentially just like sacrificing long-term electoral success and frankly the future of the party overall for these people's careers. And it's like, I don't give a fuck if Chuck Schumer gets reelected. Chuck Schumer doesn't care about me. Right.
The party shouldn't, right? Yeah,
it shouldn't.
The party should care about the party, and the party should be bigger than the people that are at the top of the heap right now.
That's right.
That's an inconvenient truth that they're going to have to recognize.
I agree. And it's frankly a little bit infuriating whenever that happens. And then when it's like, oh, well, there's nothing we can do. You know, the thing about like young people, it's like, oh, how do we get young people to vote? It's like, okay, they have actively told you in basically every election since after Obama that they don't like the candidate you're running. And so, yeah, you can fucking Pokemon go to the polls and do all sorts of like creative outreach or do whatever it is you need to be doing, right? But if you are selling a shitty product, you are selling a shitty product, right? If they don't want what you're selling, they don't want what you're selling. And no amount of window dressing is going to change that, right? Because it's like, if they're not inherently excited about the candidates that you're putting up, it just does not matter. It does not matter what else
they're just not going to show up. And so it's like, it is frustrating because what it starts to feel like is, how do we more effectively trick people into doing what we want them to do instead of us responding to the movements that are organically happening, right? And the shit with David Hogg is very much like what they were accused of doing in 2016 to Bernie, who was an actual candidate and not a chair, but still, like, it fits right in with the negative view of the party who is protecting the status quo over actively engaging with these.
Oh no, fuck. Oops. Yeah. No, I 100% agree. I think, and it's one of those things where it's like, listen, we don't really need the Democratic Party to elect progressive candidates. I mean, we need it insofar as it's an important organizing tool. Fuck me. Oh wow. That was a competitive last stretch there. But we don't necessarily need the Democratic Party, but we do, because the ideals of it are, dude, I lost fucking Chargin' Chuck. I'm gonna fucking kill myself. The sort of ideals and like the platform of the party has sucked for a long time, right? And you don't necessarily need to run as a Democrat to win an election. It just makes it a whole lot easier. We got a good group here, 6 people already. But there's so many resources and so much sort of institutional power that comes with running as a Democrat that it is hard to seriously suggest a third-party candidacy, right? Because it's like, sure, you can run as an independent, you can run as a working families party, whatever, but like, you don't have access to the information you need to run a solid campaign. And so it's like you're sort of beholden to, if you're on the left, existing within the confines of the Democratic Party if you want to be a viable candidate outside of like very hyper-local races or like one-off situations. But at the same time,
a lot of infrastructure building for like the Green Party to be actually competitive.
Yeah, and frankly, the Green Party also is like a clown show, right? Like it's we also have to be willing to admit that, right? It's like perennial candidates who run every fucking 2 years and lose, but have good ideas are still clowns, because it's like, I understand that you might think really good things, but I also think really good things, right? Like, I am, not probably as progressive because she seems super progressive, but like when it comes to Jill Stein, I'm sure Jill Stein and I share a lot of the same ideas, but like, I shouldn't fucking run for president, Like, I have as much of a chance of getting elected president of the United States as Jill Stein does. And that's because Jill Stein has a 0 chance.
Well, non-zero. You both have non-zero, literally.
Yeah, you literally have a non-zero chance. But the reality is like, she's not, there's no path to 270 electoral votes there. And it's not because her ideas aren't popular. It's because she's proven to be incompetent as a campaigner. As a matter of fact, she ran for governor of Massachusetts and lost. Like, she ran for, like, so many different offices and has never won. And it's like, what is the function of you running for office? Because people understand progressive ideals. You're not, like, shedding a light on this radical notion that we should be progressive.
Running for office. So her career is running for office.
Right.
She has to find an office to run for.
And so it's like, we have to be willing to say, like, when we're like, oh, well, let's vote for Green Party people, or like, we need a third party. It's like, if we want a third party, then we should probably just fucking build one that doesn't suck, right? And we have to.
People want the candidate to come first, but the reality is the hard behind the scenes work has to come first. Otherwise, you won't have the infrastructure needed to get it.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Is you can't just nobody. If you have like a credible third party that you want to build and you want to eventually field a candidate for president of the United fucking States, then you have to put in the work well ahead of time for like, it's like a decades long process. Like maybe a 15-year process if you're like really good, right? And you have a lot of money to start. But like, it's non-trivial. And people, I think, are just like so up their own asses about just, it comes down to essentially what I said about people complaining that they can't use the mix.
Cuomo already conceded, so sorry. Cuomo already conceded.
Oh, wow. Cuomo's just full out. Cuomo's done, huh?
Brad Lander also conceded, and in his concession speech said, good fucking riddance.
About Cuomo?
Yes.
Very, very funny, very based. Well, that's good then. So the good guys score a win here.
The good guys win, and I think the establishment needs to get their heads out of their collective assholes.
This needs to be a wake-up call. This needs to be a wake-up call, because look at how convincingly that happened, right? Like, that's...
Yeah, first choice didn't even make it to second choice in a ranked choice ballot, and I want to talk about ranked choice voting, but we haven't even got to it.
Yeah, I think... And here's the deal. Listen, I'm not like a, abandon the Democratic Party kind of guy. No, I think that there's a place for it. I just think that, unfortunately, the people who are, control the levers of the Dems fucking suck, right? I think that there's value in it, be it the infrastructure or the branding or whatever it is, the sort of name recognition with people. Like, there's value to that brand, but if it's gonna be successful, especially as boomers and Gen X and sort of the people who have traditionally been the political decision makers start to age out, like, if you want to grow the party with younger people, like, they don't buy any of the shit you're selling right now. And you've gotta have a plan to fix that in the long term. And unfortunately, for people who are like comfortable with what the party represents right now, like, that involves updating your fucking stances on issues. That's just how it is. I don't know.
Fucking get out. If you don't want to update your stance on issues, fine. We don't need you. Like, the party will be fine. The country will be better off without you. It's like it is still a complete boneheaded move that I will never understand as long as I live. That the party looked at somebody who was organically generating enthusiasm and who was maybe a bit left of where they would prefer, and a literal disabled senior murdering sex pest, and picked the sex pest because he was more central in his policies. That's fucking crazy. Well,
I think the other thing to remember is that there is, it's not all pure policy-based stuff. And I think that that's one of the things that manifests a lot in, like, the work of politics, is that, like, it's not always just about, like, having the best ideas. Unfortunately, sometimes it is literally about the relationships that people have built. And so, like, but I know.
In a day and age where we have been, and I've used we royally, but, like,
yeah,
liberals, Democrats in general have been complaining about the quality of candidate generally, and how we don't want to vote for bad people. You can't go out and pick
you can't do that.
Incredibly a stone's throw away from Donald Trump. You can't fucking do that. And they still chose to do it, and I don't fucking get it, and I will never get it.
No, it's stupid, but I really do think it's just like a friendship thing. It's like Bill Clinton was friends with Cuomo from way back. He appointed him in his administration. So he's probably like, oh, well, that's my guy. I'm going to go fucking endorse him and use what political capital I have to try to support him. And, you know, it's sort of it's a loyalty thing. To some extent, I would imagine, at least the Bill Clinton play is.
I cannot explain how much that says about Bill Clinton more than it says about the
Yes.
Like, that's...
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It's just very frustrating. But I am very happy to see ranked choice voting. I've been a big proponent of single transferable vote, ranked choice voting, whatever version of single transferable vote. I've been a big fan of it for a long time, so I'm happy to see it work in such a public fashion. Because I think for a long time people have been like, well, we can't do that, and I still don't think it's going to get adopted widespread anytime soon. I would like to see more forces start here.
Yeah. It's one of those things.
It's easier to build a coalition of, well, fuck that guy in particular, in a way that you can't really do when everybody's just running one candidate, because that usually means you have one of two choices. And in a world where you can have, you know, a field of Dems basically running here, but there's daylight between them because they have time to talk about the nuances in their own policies against each other instead of just the nuances in their policy versus Republicans. Like, you get a better feel for what they are, what they stand for, et cetera, right? And I think it will result in more people being happy with it.
Yeah. Well, because it's not just a thing where it's like you truly have two choices. It's like you have a few choices, and you can see how it made sense. You know, you can pick candidates who otherwise, you know, you wouldn't think about voting for, and give them a chance because yeah. Now, I think ranked choice voting is probably an advancement that needs to happen sooner rather than later. Unfortunately, it's something that will only come to the world via fucking ballot initiatives, because there's just zero shot that people who have been elected their entire careers on sort of the two-choice system are going to invite an additional complicating factor that could diminish.
Well, and what I would, my hypothetical dream is, like, let's picture a race where we elect more than one person, right? Most offices we just elect one person, whatever. But every state has two senators. What if we elected them both at the same time as a ranked choice voting, right? Then, you know, the highest vote getter gets first, they get eliminated, all their votes get distributed, and then we get the second highest vote getter. In theory, it's better representative of the whims of the state than two individual first past the post votes, in theory.
Yeah. I mean, that would
still
be
usable, still gerrymandering susceptible, just like anything else.
Yeah, that would be cool. I just think that that's, you know, as with anything, it's just fucking like pulling teeth to get anything done generally, and then to do something transformative, it's like, oh man. But that doesn't mean it's not worth doing.
You're correct, and I know that you weren't saying that.
No,
but like, transformative things are happening in this country regardless.
Yeah, whether we like it or not.
You're right. It feels like they've kind of all been for the bad. So, like, if we would like this country to resemble the kind of country we'd like to live in, we're all going to have to put on our work boots, we're going to have to fucking strap it in, and we're going to have to show up to everything and vote in everything, because it's going to take a lot of work. And it's going to probably take that amount of work for the rest of our lives. I'm not saying that you have to go out and work for like a campaign or anything, but you have to be engaged, and you have to continue to be engaged, because I guarantee people who want to do shitty things to the country and to fellow countrymen are not going to give up just because they lost. They're going to come back and find a new way to be shitty. So we're going to have to pay attention, and we're going to have to find ways to stop them from being shitty, and it's going to be a fight we're going to have for the rest of our lives. Damn, you got fucked.
I know, dude. He hit with the red shell right away, and I didn't have enough time to horn it because he was so close. That was a well raced race, Sir Finley J. And ONN, as a matter of fact. ONN, the Walmart electronics house brand. You ever use ONN products?
Can't say that I knowingly have.
Oh, I've got we got a 50-inch TV for $200 from ONN. If you could believe that. That was crazy. It still works. We've had it for years.
You know.
Sorry, you don't have to apologize. It's fucking... I appreciate it.
I just want to say, what a great time to be a hater, right? Because I've been bitching about the Democratic establishment for pretty much since November. What a great time to be a hater. We are on a generational run of being able to just hate shit openly, and it feels really good. It feels really good.
Yeah, dude. And you got to spend those points wisely, you know? But I feel like we've got a lot of good stuff to hate on. Real quick, though, if you want to be a lover, ? You can join the game with room code 32SLXS. That's 32SLXS. I don't think I quite stuck the landing on that segue. Why are there tour buses? What the fuck's going on here? The big tour.
World tour.
World tour. This is gonna ruin the tour.
That's what Cuomo's tweeting right now.
Yeah, that's what Cuomo's tweeting. Also, it's like if I'm Andrew Cuomo and I've got all this money, like I got enough money to live the rest of my life comfortably, why would you reinsert yourself into the public like that?
Because it's not about money. It's about exerting your will on other people.
Yeah, it's like a weird complex, I bet. Yeah, man. I don't know. Don't love it. Don't love it. Oh,
well,
wow.
I'm very happy tonight. I'm going to allow myself to feel this moment of joy.
Yeah. As you should. Look how big the fucking bananas is.
Dude, that's fucking wild. That's a DK level banana peel.
Yeah. I'm so excited for that game.
You know what? I'm actually kind of excited too. I won't play it for another 2 years, but I'm excited.
Oh, dude, you're gonna play it right away because you're gonna cancel your DC trip.
There wasn't even any Switches at Target. I looked just out of curiosity. There was a PlayStation 5.
Oh, well, of course there was. PlayStation 5 has no games. I say as I...
PlayStation 5 game.
That's right. You know why they call it PlayStation 5? Because you want to turn 5 degrees and walk away.
You dumb son of a bitch.
That's my favorite old head meme. You know why they call it Xbox 360? That's right. No, I agree though that I don't agree, but I state for the record that PlayStation 5 has no games. It still doesn't. Switch 2 currently has no games. It has Mario Kart. But if in 5 to 10 years, not to 10 years, 5 to 6 years, the Switch 2 still has only Mario Kart, then yeah, there's a problem there. You know, like there's an issue.
No, I'm sure the Switch 2 will be fine.
Yeah. Well, we're getting Donkey Kong next month.
Right.
We're already.
Another election. Question.
Yeah.
Since Mamdani won,
Yeah.
is it likely that the DSA sees any kind of real boost, or is this just because of Mamdani specifically?
I don't know, because I'm guessing it's he ran as a Democrat, so I don't know that necessarily is going to land as like a DSA victory. I think it is a DSA victory, right? But I don't know if it is, you know what I mean? Like, it is a DSA victory, but like he ran as a Dem. If he had run as a Democratic Socialist, I feel like, yeah, then that could have been crazy for them, right?
It's the beginning of the party. They've not really their own party, per se.
Right. Well, they're like they're in a lot of cases, I feel like the DSA can be more of a social organization, not said in a derogatory way, just like more of a social organization. They do like food drives and stuff like that. At least in Vegas, that's how I sort of understand them. Is they do a lot of food drives and that sort of thing more than they are a political party. But they're doing like, the thing is they're doing like proper community organizing. They're not doing like electoral organizing where it's like, hey, go vote, and then, you know, that's that. And
that's how Kat Abigail was like running her entire campaign. So.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see how that goes. I think that just given her platform, she'll probably have a really good shot at it. I don't know enough about the district, but
it's in Chicago, so it'll just be whatever establishment Democrats are doing. That's probably
right.
I also don't know the district very well specifically. But...
Yeah. Monty Mole is in the chat, and then, what does it say? Abodi's Nintendo Videos has a question. Go ahead. Also, sorry if I mispronounced your name. I'm notoriously bad at guessing pronunciations. I wouldn't be surprised if the question is like, why the fuck are you talking about politics on a channel called Nintendo? What's going on?
You're just gonna have to buckle up if that's the question. Because what happens?
It said, call me Nintendo. Hi, Nintendo. Gotta be careful with that, though. That'll get you the DMCA drone strike if you start identifying as Nintendo. Doug Bowser will parachute down and take matters into his own hands. Yeah, that is the code to join the game, so you should join. You should absolutely join. And so should Monty Mole, for that matter. If Monty Mole isn't already in the game. We encourage, in fact, we demand everybody watching.
Brad Lander, quote unquote, I need to thank some of the most important people in my life and on this campaign, and I mean, of course, the New York Times editorial board.
That's funny.
Just kidding, of course.
Abodi.
I love Wordle and connections, but I really urge the Times to cancel their new feature called editorial riddles. No one likes those.
Yeah, Abodi, no worries. I was just joking. Your name is fine. I have Nintendo in my name. It's no problem at all. I've never heard anything from them. Yeah, no, I'm being silly.
Hey, I got it.
Yeah.
What if Brad Lander primary Chuck Schumer?
I would prefer AOC to primary Chuck Schumer. To be honest.
I don't know enough about the districts to know like what makes the most sense.
Well, Chuck Schumer's a senator, so he's statewide. You know.
I know, but AOC would lose the districts.
Yeah, but I think her seat is pretty safe. I think it's a safe Dem seat. Her race was only competitive in the primary. She was similar to... Oh no, am I getting blue shelled again? Yeah, no, I would be very excited for AOC to primary Schumer because I feel like that would be a very high profile race. You know what I mean? That would be, you know, even more so probably than Bernie Hillary would be like the big establishment versus new wave showdown. You know. But I also think it would be kind of hard for Schumer to, you know, like, at the end of the day, he does have to, god damn it, with the red shells. 4 red shells?
Damn, that's fucking crazy.
I know. I do think at the end of the day, Schumer in a competitive primary would have to answer for sort of his situation, especially right now, because I think like there's a vulnerability because Democrats are so mad about sort of lackluster response to the Trump era. God damn it, X13, you're such a little fucking guy. You're such a little fucking such a meanie, frankly. If I'm being honest, I didn't want to say it, but I'll say it. You're a bit of a meanie.
What do you think about like 100 Democrats voting against impeachment? Not that I think it was going to go anywhere, but do you think that's meaningful anyway?
I mean, I don't know. I think it's another one of those things where Dems pretend that it's going to move the needle for them to say, oh, we're reasonable, we're not going to vote to impeach. Because the reality is it's like, fuck this guy, right? Like, the official stance of the party should be, fuck this guy. So if there's a vote to impeach, you vote yes, right? Like, Republicans would stop at nothing to, talk their shit and do whatever it is they feel like they need to do to score political points. But then Democrats are like, oh, but like a moderate voter is going to see us as like petulant and petty or whatever. It's like, I got bad. Right. But it's like, I've got news for you is like they already do, right? Like they already don't like you. And your approval ratings.
And they're chipping away at their own base to court these hypothetical moderate voters. Not that they don't exist, but like I don't know that they're winning those people over anyway. And they are actually actively losing their base of voters when they do that shit.
Well, they lose their credibility too, right? Because it's like, okay, we're standing up to Trump, we're doing this, we're doing that, but then they don't actually they don't take the votes that indicate that. They don't do the work. And so it's like, there's no, it's a confounding thing where it's like you start with this principle of like, okay, so we're the progressive party. You should support us because we're progressive and we're on the left, right? And then when given the opportunity to demonstrate that to an already skeptical audience of people, they just choose not to. And then they're like, but why don't people like us? And it's like, well, because people don't like you because you're not walking the walk, right? Like, what you do is incongruent with what you say you do,
Correct.
And so, I don't know.
Breaking news. Wait, actually, this is a Hassan Abi tweet. I don't know if you want me to read this.
No, you're fine.
Hassan Abi, breaking news. White boys who say Inshallah carrying Zoran to a comfortable victory.
That's funny. That is very funny. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's a great day. It's a great day for, progressive people. Okay, so, want to plug this real quick. If you want to join the game, the room ID is 32SLXS. That's 32SLXS. You type those numbers and letters into your Nintendo Switch 2 console, then you press OK. You'll be connected to this game, this very game of Mario Kart. And so, would highly recommend you do so if you'd like to join. In fact, it's the only way to join if you'd like to join. But go ahead and do that. Anybody, everybody. If you're watching, if you're within the sound of my voice, you are welcome to join this game. With the odd exception that we'll take on a case-by-case basis. Thinking mostly of like if Radmeyer wanted to join, it would be a hard no. But anybody else, you're welcome to.
Yeah, no. That's understandable.
Gosh, I am definitely, I think, getting sick. I need a nap.
I almost said stay away from me, like we are physically close.
That's funny.
It's like as a gut reaction, like stay away from me, as if I was going to.
Yeah, I'm getting on the next flight out. Yeah. Somebody had asked earlier if I've unlocked all the characters, I think. I'm sorry, I completely forgot I completely forgot to answer that. I have not, actually. Oh, maybe it was Teenage Gamer. Maybe it was Gamer. No, I have not unlocked them all because I pretty much exclusively play as Mario, which is a choice. And so, you know, what can you do? But I'm a little less, I don't know. I'm a little less completionist-y about this game as much as I am like I want to be good at this game. I want to do well in the ranked. Because there will come a day, Radmeyer, right? Where, you know, like Warzone's one thing, right? You play Warzone alone at home. You don't play Warzone at a party, you know? But there's going to come a day, I'm going to be somewhere, they're going to have Mario Kart. They're going to be like, do you want to play Mario Kart? I'm going to be like, oh, I mean, me? I guess. I could. I've played it before. Let me give it a try. And then I just fucking unleash holy hell on everybody in my life. Everybody who loves me.
Like Garth playing drums.
Exactly right. Like, I can hustle people in Mario Kart, and they'll be none the wiser. But then I think after the fact, they'll be like, oh, that tracks, actually. That makes sense. That young man seems like the kind of guy who's pretty okay at Mario Kart. You know?
Right. They'll realize once you tell them that.
Yeah, I'll be like, listen. I've never played baseball before. That's not true, though. I used to play baseball growing up, though I wasn't good at it. So maybe that's the thing. Maybe I was trying to fight.
The whole thing is just a fallacy. I've seen pictures. There's definitely autists that play baseball.
Yeah. I also love how quickly we've just accepted the premise that is.
I don't think we've accepted that premise at all.
No,
I
I know.
think it's very funny to say.
It is very. These kids will never play baseball. They'll never go on a date. They'll never pay bills.
Play baseball. I have opened the New York City Campaign Finance website.
Yep.
Michael Bloomberg, by himself, spent more money on the Cuomo campaign than Mamdani raised total.
Yeah, that sounds right. And that's the other thing, right? Is Bloomberg is such a fucking piece of shit.
Carried Guam and the Democratic primary.
Never forget. Never forget. There were some weird primary results in like the outlying islands and that sort of thing.
That's when RFK was out there spouting bullshit about vaccines.
Well, that's when RFK claimed to be a Democrat. Oh no! I was about to really fucking open up this pit with that gold shroom. Oh, there it is. It's back again. Oh no! I'm getting hit by cars. Things have gone awry, chat. Things have gone completely cattywampus. Time to cut.
I'm at the Cuomo campaign headquarters. Cuomo is visibly upset and people are crying. Somebody quote tweeted and said,
No, that's tough. Cuomo's a piece of shit, so he doesn't deserve our sympathy. But being at a losing campaign election night party is, I don't think, everybody should experience it at least once in their lives. Because it is the worst vibes of all time. Like, just dire.
Whenever you run, invite me. I'll be there.
Yeah. No, that'll never fucking happen. That'll never happen. I know better. I feel like everybody...
When I run, I'll invite you, and then you can experience it again.
Well, I feel like when you get started in politics or when you get interested in politics, everybody has the idea that running for office is a really cool, enjoyable, exciting thing. And to some extent it is, and people should do it if they feel inclined or called to it. But I feel like the longer you're around it, the more you're like, not such a hot idea. Like,
yeah.
The prevalence of young people, sort of uprooting their lives and running for office. It's like, I understand why that happens, because I feel like if they spent more time in it, they would be like, oh no, I actually want nothing to do with these fucking psycho people. It's like, man, just let me live. Just let me live. I'm just trying to play Mario Kart, and you're telling me somebody's gonna be going through my fucking trash cans looking for incriminating shit? Like, no thanks.
Right.
Like,
right. I expressed this to you before. I don't remember if it was on stream or not. But sometimes I feel like I do need to run for something. Run for something definitely.
No, whatever.
Sometimes I feel like I should run for something because I'm not a complete and total moron, but I get very resentful of the world because I don't actually want to do that. I just feel like I have to because so many other people.
Yeah, I think that's, frankly, in 2025, a really fun campaign premise. And I'm curious how successful that would be if your entire campaign were to be like, I don't want to fucking... Like, I don't want to do this, but nobody else is doing it, and this shit sucks. These people fucking blow, okay? And so while I don't...
I could be playing Mario Kart right now on my Switch 2, and I spent $500 to print flyers for this fucking campaign.
I skipped the Washington, D.C. trip for this. Nintendo Switch 2, and now I can't even fucking play it.
Right. You know, I think there's like that old adage of like people who want power shouldn't have it, right? So I do feel like there would be something compelling about somebody running that way, because it's like, no, maybe this is exactly the kind of person I should have liked, but then you have to wonder, can somebody govern purely on spite? Because that's really what you do.
Well, I don't think it would be on spite, though. I think it would be because the campaign would be spite. Your presence would be spite. But the actual, the rationale behind the campaign would be out of, like, such duty and love for community, you know? And I think that that's good. That's very good. That should be what's driving people to run for office. Unfortunately, it's not. And so you end up in this situation where you have people who run for any number of reasons. I know a fucking kid who, from the moment I met him and his fucking glazed over eyes, I was like, this kid's gonna fucking run for office and he's gonna be that fucking guy. You know? And sure as shit, within like 2 years of knowing him, he fucking runs for office and runs like the most miserable fucking campaign I've ever seen. And loses. And lost the seat, frankly, in a way that was especially damaging, because he ran for like a school board seat and then lost it to a Moms for Liberty candidate. And it's like, dude, you were not fucking qualified to have that seat. You should not have fucking done that. Left it to people who were like actually in education rather than like fucking, I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know about school board elections. Is there a primary process? Was he the only person running?
No, there was a primary, but primaries are tough because I feel like in primaries, when they work as they should, you get the best candidate, right? But that's not really how they ever work. Because it's like whoever can raise the most money, you know, essentially the person who's usually going to make it out of the primary. And so, yeah. Yeah. It's the real process. But anyway, all this to say, I think that people should run for office if they feel called to it, but only if you feel called to it because you want to make a difference and you feel like you have something to add to the picture. You should not run if you feel called to it because, like, you've always wanted to be a senator. Right? Oh damn, X13 with the first place. Huge.
Wow. Hold on. I can actually go crap on this guy.
I gotta unmute your soundboarding.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. Okay, you're good now. Pizza Box has joined. Wow, we got a pretty full squad right now. We got 7. Let's get some more people in here. If you're watching and you'd like to join the game.
People 7 pretty reliably. Look at you.
I know, look at me. But if you want to join the game, 32SLXS. That's 32SLXS. Get in here. You play some Mario Kart. You listen to me bitch about politics for an hour. And you go to bed. That's how it works, you know?
I've been enjoying it, frankly.
I have too. I've been. It feels good, you know. Like I've been saying, is this game feels obviously not like Warzone because Warzone was such a different animal. But it does feel good to have people in VC again. It does feel good to driving around, chatting with the boys. It's incredible when we can get X13 out to something, you know. And he's been in the game a lot.
He even spoke.
He's spoken quite a bit. It's the most I've ever heard that man speak, and unironically, has brought me great joy. So,
Gosh, he's just funny.
the funny character, and he loves his Donkey Kong.
Especially Diddy. He loves Diddy.
He loves Diddy. X13. Folks, if you're watching the stream and you see X, the racer, in the game, X loves Diddy. He loves him. Can't get enough Diddy. X is actually, he's on record. He said, I'm a Diddy sympathizer. So Diddy did nothing wrong. That's what X said.
Okay, pretty good.
Alright, Yazer has joined. So we're up to 8 now. I think it's a good time to start. Let's get an 8-player round in. Oh, did you see the Diddy trial? Their final arguments are going to be made on Friday?
I did not.
Yeah, it's coming to a conclusion.
Oh, I'm gonna go check out the betting odds for hold on.
Apparently,
So let's say everybody-
Diddy's defense was only like 45 minutes long. Which I would probably want more of a defense if I were potentially in prison for the rest of my life. But hey, go off.
All right, here's the.
I love this.
There's X. Diddy Defender in Chief.
He made it right when I started talking about the betting odds. All right, how many years will Diddy serve for the charges of sex trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage in prostitution altogether? Now, Sub, do you understand how betting odds work?
A little bit, not really.
I'm not a huge betting odds person, so I might need to pull something up to translate this.
Yeah. Well, read it to me and I can explain it because I know a little bit about it. I just can't get. I'm not like deep in the sports betting world.
He won't serve any time, so he'll be found innocent. Plus 1,500.
Oh, okay. So that means if you, I believe that means, and you should check my math here. I would ask ChatGPT, frankly. If you bet $100, you would get $1,500 back. I believe that's what that means.
Okay.
I think.
Let's see. Betting odds calculated in that amount, $1.
Yeah. So if the odds are plus 1,500, what is $1? I think that'll help us understand.
You would get your dollar back plus an extra $15.
Oh, okay. So 15x. So then, yeah, you would if you bet $100, you would $100.
Correct.
Yeah.
So a bet of $100 would get you $15. Exactly. So that seems like they don't think that's gonna happen.
Right.
That's a pretty good payout.
Yeah, that's a great payout.
He'll serve 1 to 5 years. Is plus 600, so slightly more likely. $100 would get you $600. He'll serve 6 to 10 years. Is plus 200, so $100 would get you $200. But it seems the most likely. the most likely, if I'm understanding betting odds correctly, is that he will serve somewhere between 11 and 15 years. It is at negative 150, which means a bet of $100 would give you $66.
Yeah. Okay, so that sounds like that's sort of what they expect. Are there odds for any higher numbers?
There are odds for higher. 16 to 20 years is plus 150, so 150. More than 20 years but less than a life sentence is plus 500, and then a life sentence is plus 15. So equally as likely as can be found.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I would probably take the odds on, what'd you say it was, 15 to 20 years?
16 to 20 years is plus 1.
Yeah, I would take that. I think that's a good bet. I think that it seems unlikely to me that he would only get, what was it, 6 to 10 or whatever?
Yeah, 6 to 10.
Yeah, I don't know. Fucking A. Because
But
it's so
seems
severe.
It seems like the betting odds would indicate that he's going to be found guilty and serve some amount of time.
Yeah, which I think is not really surprising.
My search history is going to be bananas because I'm over here like over under for how much time Diddy will serve.
Over under on that.
Did you get that reel I sent you the other day that was the guy's betting on if the woman that answered the gambling addiction hotline if it would be a woman or a man?
I think you said that to me this morning.
Was it this morning? It was very funny. I was like, that's this
No, I thought that was funny. Yeah. I frequently reference the gambling helpline flyer that they have at all the casinos on the ATMs. That's like a sunset, and it says, "When the fun stops." Because I feel like it's deeply appropriate for playing Mario Kart.
Could be the tagline for this stream.
Yeah. Made it.
Oh, Kalshi is the website I was thinking. That's not where I ended up, but...
Yeah. Kalshi's one of those things that I'd imagine we're gonna see the end of pretty soon. You just can't. They can't just let you bet on everything. You know, like there are laws. We're a nation of.
What's the crime? Enjoying a
meal?
Succulent Chinese meal.
That's right. Okay.
Wow, the Kalshi betting odds have Mamdani beating Eric Adams.
Eric Adams isn't together. Fucking Eric.
That's what Kalshi has listed.
Oh, Kalshi's a dumbass because it's another guy. I don't think is Eric Adams running.
The odds on favor right now is Mamdani at 78%. Eric Adams has a 21% chance, and the Republican has a. He doesn't even have his.
Oh, so Eric Adams must be running as like an independent or something. I had no idea. That's
Eric
great.
Adams should fucking be in jail.
Yeah, well, you know, that's the thing is it's another one of those fucking guys who just sort of made a deal with Trump, made a deal with the devil, and then now he's like, oh, well. Oh, shit. Dude, I was like zoned out. I completely drove directly.
At the beginning of the day, the betting odds for. Let me see, the beginning of today, June 24th, at midnight, the betting odds for the primary were actually pretty even. Mamdani was 55 and Fuller was 44. So somebody could have made quite a tiny sum.
A tidy sum.
Right. And most people thought it would take 3 rounds of choice voting, which I guess just because Cuomo dropped out. I don't know how that is. affects that. I assume that they'll continue counting until somebody wins accurately. Ooh, do you want to bet on whether or not there'll be... I'll place the bet for you right now. Do you want to bet on if there'll be a new US-Iran nuclear deal this year?
Oh no, X, that was a brutal move. A brutal move. Okay, come on, give me an item quick. No delay, no delay. Ah, 5th place. What can he do? What can he really do, though? You know? Yeah, not ideal. You hate to see it, but... we just have a lobby of the most talented, handsome Mario Kart players of all time. You know? It's just how it is.
What's up, Lex? Did you hear my question?
What'd you say?
Would you like to bet on... I'll place the bet for you if you want. Would you like to bet on if there will be a new US-Iran nuclear deal this year?
Oh, this year?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't want to bet, but I would.
Would you bet? Would you bet? And do you want to hear the odds?
I would bet no.
The odds makers would agree with you because a bet of $100 would only give you $62.
Yeah. No, that sounds right. That sounds right because I just can't imagine. It's similar to like the one bet that they had that was like, will Elon Musk and Trump have a phone call by the end of the month? And it's like, no, definitely not. Because you just know enough about the guy to know that that's not going to happen. I do want to plug, if you are in chat, if you're watching the stream and you'd like to join the game, you can do so by joining room ID 32SLXS. That's 32SLXS. You type those numbers into the old Nintendo Switch 2, and you will be in the game. And a part of something bigger than ourselves, you know what I mean? Joining this stream is your patriotic duty.
Oh, this will interest you. This is adjacent, but I think in your wheelhouse. Would you like to know the Nathan's hot dog eating contest that
I would assume Joey Chestnut is the favorite.
Joey Chestnut is the odds-on favorite. A 90% favorite.
90%?
Yeah. But you can also bet on how many hot dogs he will eat in victory.
It's a great question. I would guess... he's going to show out this time. I think that he's got something to prove. Because it's his first Nathan's back. You know what I mean?
Right.
What are the options they're giving?
70 to 75, 75 to 80, or I guess 70 to 74, 75 to 80, or 80 or more.
I think 75 to 80. My gut was 69 was the number that came into my head.
The forecast has it at 73.2 is the odds-on favorite number. So if I was setting odds, I would put the over/under probably at 60.
Yeah. So I feel like 69 is what I expect. As the only person who has seen Joey Chestnut perform live, probably. No, I'm an expert on this.
Right, that's why I brought it to you.
Yeah. I'm an expert. What I'll say though is, and I'm sure I've told this story a million times now. But Joey Chestnut, he went to the Netflix taping at the Luxor Esports Arena, whatever the fuck. And number one, it was disgusting, right? Like it's not actually a fun event to watch, and it's certainly not a fun event to watch indoors. I think outside you may be insulated from the smell of the hot dogs. Inside you are not, and it would be one thing if they were like good hot dogs, right? Like cooked on a grill or whatever. I'm fairly certain these are just boiled, like cafeteria style hot dogs or steamed or something. And they're fucking terrible, right? And so it smells like shit in there. Like not actual feces, but it smells terrible in the building. And they look gross when they're eating them. Like impossible to describe the physical pain that's on their faces, which I guess you can see on video too. But there's something about it happening in front of you that's just a little fucked up. Oh come on! Let me lightning! Yes. Oh, it didn't knock them down. Whoops.
When you like stab a man and see the pain on his face, is it akin to that at all?
I think so.
Yeah.
We all know that feeling. So that's a good frame of reference.
Right. To stab someone and watch the light leave their eyes. I think we've all been there.
Yeah, we have all been there, you know. And so we might not know what it's like to eat all those hot dogs. We sure know what it's like to see somebody's childhood memories flash. The retina's behind.
The dewy whites of their eyes is the pupils.
Yeah, I mean, it happens, right?
How come if you take another man's life in battle, in war, you're a hero, but if you take another man's life in the heat of passion, you're a murderer?
A great question, Radmeyer.
That's the things I think about.
Yeah. I mean, I think everybody wants, you know? Because especially when you play Mario Kart, I can see how that happens. You know, I think everybody's like, oh, I could never do something. But then somebody throws a blue shell and then a red shell and then fucking get electrocuted. And then go from first place to like 24th place. It's like, you're telling me you don't understand?
Right.
Tell me you don't understand the red hot rage involved?
Well, and there's so few joys in this life. It's like you, hypothetically, you were looking forward to eating that French cruller that you brought in from the donut place all day, and then you walked into the break room only to discover that fucking Brad, 2 cubes down, had eaten your fucking French cruller, and the one thing that was holding your life together was suddenly in the stomach of another man, you know?
Oh, this is you're reciting something. What is this from? I don't know.
No, I'm actually not reciting.
No, you're not. That was
I'm just vamping.
yeah, you vamped pretty well there. That sounded like from television. But just rest assured, your homicidal ideation really,
Completely wrong.
yeah, really landed, I think.
Okay.
The people are losing it in chat. Just like, wow, this guy's so fucking funny.
Right. Well, you left the light.
Oh no, see? Oh good. Oh no. Wow, these red shells are missing. Oh, not that one. Oh, maybe. Okay, how is this? How could this be? How many red shells can a single man have?
I'm sorry, no, not laughing at you. There's just like very little in life funnier than watching somebody get mad at Mario Kart because it is like a universal experience.
Oh yeah, well I think that's what makes these streams so much more appealing than any other stream. I think that it's, you know, somebody's good at Warzone. It's like, oh, you died, that's too bad, must suck, you know. But Mario Kart, it's like, oh, you got fucking red shell, blue shell, fucking yellow shell, fucking boomeranged at the fucking stop sign. Like, stop sign. Oh, wow. What a fucking jump. Oh, no. Yeah, there's a certain, like, relatability to Mario Kart that even the most normie of normie can watch somebody play and, like, understand the pain. You don't have to be, like, a gamer to get it, you know?
100%. And I will say, I've been on Tinder, and a lot of people think that they are good at Mario Kart, and they proudly say so.
Wow. Like, on Tinder?
Yeah. Men and women, not just men.
But you should, I mean, you should lay down the law and be like, listen, I'm a frequent contributor on a Nintendo YouTube channel.
If I matched with somebody that had that in their bio, first of all, I was swiping on somebody the other day, and they had a picture of them with Bowser at Mario World.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, I want to screenshot this and send this to Sub, but I didn't. So I said, if I matched, then I would.
Yeah.
She was very pretty. So, but she had that in her bio, and I was like, I hate to tell you that I will absolutely crush you, and you will never forgive me for it.
Yeah, it's like, I don't think you understand. I don't think you know what this is,
I watched an
Jennifer.
Instagram video of somebody fucking jumping off of these cows.
Yeah, dude, people are crazy. They do all sorts of really cool tricks and stuff, and I just drive in a straight line, and I do okay for myself. And so, if I put in some time, and I really think about this, but if I put in some time to just, like, force rote memorization of all of the shortcuts, like, I feel like I would be pretty okay at this. But instead, I brute force playing the, what's it called, game, the knockout tour, because I cannot take time away from it to practice, because I don't have the discipline. I'm not wired that way.
It's locked in.
Now this is pod racing.
It's working! It's working!
Oh no. That was close. That was close. There was some drifting involved there for my success, but that was sweaty till the very end. What a good group. What a good group of guys. You got Darkwolf, ONN, Surfinley J, Pizza Box, X. We got Game 123. Possibly you. That's a Step Brothers reference. If you'd like to join the game, who'd we lose? I don't know. But 32S LXS. That's 32S LXS. If you'd like to join the game, we'd love to have you. We probably have about 2 more left, just based on the amount of time they take. And then I gotta go to bed. Gotta rest up, you know, because I'm damaged goods right now. Not feeling too hot, and so I gotta get my beauty sleep, you know.
I'm gonna go make another taco.
Oh, I could go for a fucking taco. Oh, we should take a
I made my
picture.
own refried one.
Here, hang on. Let me communicate to the people. I'm taking pictures. Oh, I'll take a picture. There we go. Okay. Everybody in. Everybody in. Oh, that's so funny. Gotta get Mario yawning. Okay, gang. Yeah, let's get the whole squad in. Also, I love how everybody's using the baby blooper cart. That's very of the meta of us. Okay. Shy Guy, you're kind of not super visible. But here, there we go. Excellent. There we go. What a squad. Thank you for your, oh, I'll stay put then as well. I love when you do like the happy poses, but you do like a sad expression. Anyway. All right. Oh, wow. Look at this. We got more people. We're up to 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 10 people. Let's fucking go. That's a really strong lobby. Let's get a game in with 10 people. Oh, I love this version of the 1-1. I feel like it's really hard in 2025 to come up with a level 1-1 like musical arrangement that feels fresh, because so many people have done it and it's so sort of overdone. But it's impressive when Nintendo puts one out and you're like, oh wow, that sounds good. I actually like that. Oh man, getting the lightning would have been great. I don't know why I thought that the lightning knocked people out of the sky. And I guess it makes sense that it doesn't, because it would be such an incredibly overpowered power-up if it did. Whenever I get red shelled once, I'm like, oh no, are there 3 more of these fucking coming? Welcome back. No, we're just kind of, me and Pizza Box are kind of in a competitive push here. Like Ford, Ferrari, you know, two masters of their craft. Dude, every time I get a red shell, Boo comes and takes it. Dude, I'll tell you what though, is I fucking hear this music from this game and like in my head. Like I played so much of this. Like especially Blue Shell, Spiny Shell, fucking tour music.
Yeah. Spiny Shell tour music, I think I'm very familiar with this one.
So I'll tell you what, all the kidding I do about it, whenever Spiny Shell comes up in public matches, I get excited because I'm like, I am very well practiced.
Yeah, you have like an advantage.
Yeah, it's like home turf.
I wish we could see the statistics on which tour you had done the most.
Well, no statistics necessary.
Well, correct, but
No, I know. I know.
to compare with other people.
Yeah. Oh, I'm getting Blue Shell.
You might be in the top 1% of Spiny Shell tour players.
I got Blue Shelled and then Red Shelled, but I got this fucking thing, so it kind of negates the pain a little bit, and I had enough of a gap that it's not... That definitely should have been fatal.
Oh, you also only have 12 games.
I know. But you don't want to lose. You don't want to lose. You want to lose your command.
Right. Gotta keep your composure.
You gotta keep your composure. Gosh, I love the sound when you fucking bonk into one of the light.
You know what I think would be a fun job that I'd probably be really bad at?
Yeah.
Like Foley for video games and or movies.
Yeah. I think a Foley artist is probably a good job. I mean, I see the YouTube shorts all the time, the prop guy. Get him at all?
No, but I'm sure I've seen similar.
He does like, he talks about like practical effects in movies. Not necessarily like impressive ones, but like the little stuff. So like, this is how we make a chip bag that doesn't actually crumple, so it doesn't fuck with the audio and like stuff like that. So interesting stuff, but like,
Yeah, that's cool.
not like ILM style effects or anything. But he showed a video once about Foley where it's like a woman trying to sort of create the sound effects for just like a woman walking outside. And it's like experimenting with different kinds of gravel, you know, and like,
Fascinating, dude.
yeah, and it's just like, there's so much that goes into, like, you would assume to some extent, would assume that some of that is just like natural audio, but I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm curious. All these fucking bananas, stop throwing bananas at me. Oh man, I got lightninged. That was funny though. I saw bananas flying from behind, like at least 5 or 6 bananas. Like, leave me alone. Take goddamn bananas somewhere else.
The Academy of Motion Pictures Museum in LA has a whole section about bowling, and it was my favorite part. It was just fascinating.
Oh, there's Pizza Box. Pizza Box with 3 more bananas. The man has beaten Donkey Kong Country 1, for sure.
Potassium rich.
The potassium-rich racer.
Just... there was like a little bit of lag and it made it look like he fell off.
Yeah. No, the lag in this game definitely can sort of manipulate how you see things, which is generally a negative, I would say. Oh, I don't have the juice to catch up. That's okay though. Also, I don't know if I'm getting notifications or not. If people are subscribing or giving me money on Twitch, thank you. I don't think you are, but I genuinely don't think that it shows me on Restream. Oh, Gizmo0234 just had a rough fucking go. Sorry, buddy. Whichever one of you is playing as Daisy, you have my thoughts and prayers. This next one will be different, though. I can feel it. Alright, folks, if you want to join the game, you should, because we're up to 10 players. And if you want to join, it's really easy. You just type in 32SLXS in the game on your Nintendo Switch 2 console. Just throw those numbers in there, press OK, and you'll end up in this game with these lovely people. And we will do one more. Everybody pose. We're taking a picture here with Sir Finley Jr. Sir Finley. Actually, let me get out of the way. Oh, for me. I'm reorienting here for you. Alright, everybody. Back in the picture. There we go. Alright, I'm going to pose. I'm going to hit the gritty. There you go. There we go. What a squad. What a great photo tool, though.
What a beautiful picture. What memories you're creating.
I know, I have really enjoyed the photo thing. Here we go. What a squad. Okay. Alright, let's get to it. Stop taking photos. Oh, Sir Finley's still taking a photo. Still taking a picture. Or is that just stuck there? Okay. Oh, X is taking a picture now. Everybody's taking some photos. Fun. Yeah, get jumping, gang. Get jumping. This is what it's all about.
Look at you guys.
Look at us, happy as a fucking clam.
Who'd have thought?
Look at us.
Found love in a hopeless place.
Found love in a hopeless Oh, golly. And the worst part about it is I'm not like sick. Like I'm not like deeply sick. Like I'm not like.
You can just tell. Yeah, you just run down.
I can tell it's coming up. No.
Yeah. Do you wanna field more political questions, or you?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Killing time.
Did you see what Chuck Schumer tweeted in response to the Supreme Court decision the other day.
Oh, what kind of stupid shit did he say now?
Republicans' cruel crusade against trans kids is all an attempt to divert attention away from ripping healthcare away from millions of Americans. We'll keep fighting and we'll keep marching on.
Dude, that's so fucking stupid because it's like, no, it's not a distraction. That's the fucking main course for some of them. Like, they hate trans kids, and that's terrible. And so, oh, it's a distraction? It's like, dude, fuck you. That's not a distraction. That's like a real problem. Oh, we're distracted. It's what a distraction. Don't pay attention to that. That's not what's important. Shut the fuck up. That's very important.
Right.
And
well,
that's...
And I think it underscores the feebleness of the response, honestly.
Yeah, well, and that's the problem overall, is like, I feel like Dems love to say, well, that's it, we can't get distracted by this. And it's like, but then when are we gonna, like, what is the main problem then? Because
well,
it seems...
Sorry, you continue.
No, I was just gonna say, it seems like everything... Like, all of these, like, important things are like, oh, well, don't be distracted. Like, people were like, oh, you know, you notice how nobody's talking about the fucking protests now? And it's like, no, dude, the president bombed Iran. Like, that's not like a... Like, that's not like a, oh... he's doing this to distract you from this. It's like, that's a major fucking political event globally. Like, it doesn't matter if, like, he's also doing other fucked up shit.
Right.
Like, that is...
And it's like, think about what Republicans have done just this year.
Yeah.
They seem hell-bent on going on a crusade against trans people who are arguably already are, and even more so being made into second-class citizens. We deployed military service people against our own country. Like, that's just two things off the top of my dome that should really end all cooperation, and those aren't like distractions. Like, those are big deal events in and of themselves. And it's like, when Schumer says stuff like that, he doesn't give any indication that he actually understands the stakes, even though we spent months talking about it.
Yeah, well, it's insane. It's crazy people behavior to say, oh, that's a distraction. Like, no, that is a fundamental attack on trans people's rights. And so it may not be the most important issue to you, but to somebody, that is the whole ballgame. You know what I mean?
Well, right. And what's that say to his constituents? The president's trying to bait us into helping you, but we're not going to do it.
Right.
What a fucking wild thing to say to your constituents.
Oh, no. Well, good thing I didn't...
I've been wanting to... Oh, that's a shame.
It gave me time. I was going for the shortcut, but that... I'm glad that I didn't get hit in the middle of it. If I got hit in the middle of it, that would have been... That would have been bad.
Yeah, I don't have much else to say. It's just, it underscores the issue, and I think it's annoying to hear an old white guy describe what is fundamentally baked in inequality that the Supreme Court has co-signed as, like, not worth his time, basically.
Right, well, don't be distracted by this attack on a higher fucking protected rights. What the fuck's the matter with you? And, I don't know. And then it's like, oh, well, young people aren't excited. It's like, no shit, they're not excited. Because they are very pro-trans people. And you just made it sound like you couldn't be fucking bothered, you know, to give a shit about their rights. And so it's like, why would a young person give a shit? Why?
And again, to your earlier question, what is it distracting from? What are you doing? What are you using your political capital for?
Right. Don't let them take our eye off the ball of doing nothing.
This is Chuck Schumer. Donald Trump is standing right behind you with a knife. Send me more money, please.
Right.
No, it's crazy that Mondani won because the first time I heard about him was when he was in that hotel yelling at Tom Holland.
Oh yeah, bass. That's right. He's. I'm glad he won.
I'm glad he won too. That was bass as fuck. I got into an argument with my mom about that.
Yeah. MK Raid, I'm guessing that means Metal Chaos Raid. Thank you, Metal Chaos. I don't have, I'm not getting Twitch notifications through Restream. So I didn't know that, but I appreciate that. I'm sorry if I missed that. Raids, your support, it all means purple. I'm asking once again for your financial support.
You might be in the 1% of Mario Kart, so you need to be careful with that.
The 99% of Mario Kart players need to rise up against the 1%. It is unacceptable to me that 75% of the blue shells go to the top 1% of races. It seems to me as though there's systemic inequality with the distribution of shells in this game.
The lower price of the hot dog carts on Madison Avenue.
Right.
I'd actually love to see that. Where's that guy running from?
Dude, I would love a fucking hot dog right now.
I love hot dog.
Buns? Got a bun?
That's pretty good. No question.
That was a great bit. Making that our favorite song.
That whole moment in time was just very funny.
Yeah, dude, we had the best times. Precisely the era when we found out you could just hide in the fucking tunnels and win a Warzone game.
Yep.
I'll never forget the Warzone win we got by being in the tunnels underneath somebody and using the fucking airstrike. Like, it was impossible for them to kill us.
Do you remember the first time I ever got on Discord with you? One of them first time?
Probably not specifically, but please tell me.
We spent at least 20 minutes talking about Mitt Romney, and I believe that is what started the trend of it being a stream topic.
Yeah. Good old Willard. I miss.
Because I made a Pierre Delecto joke.
Oh no!
Oh, that fucking sucks, dude.
Dude, I missed that.
That was bad. I made a Pierre Delecto joke, and you were very tickled by it.
Yeah, because Pierre Delecto is a very specific reference to somebody. Like, you have to be pretty read in on political news to be looped in on Pierre Delecto. Yeah, the lake too. The lake was early.
It's one of my emotes. Like, it's very funny to me. I don't know if you're playing more, but I gotta head. So I am good.
Yeah, I got a dip for sure.
Thanks for hanging. Good night.
Hey, good night.
Good night, X.
Oh man. Well, listen, folks, that wasn't the best way to end the night in terms of my placement, but I think in terms of the friendship we all won here tonight, who could beat that? And so thank you to the people who joined. I appreciate it. That was our last game. That was our last game of the evening. But it has been a lovely evening of Mario Kart. And all of you who played... nice. All of you who played should add me as a friend. And we should continue to play. Because every night it seems like we get more and more people who join the lobby. And I could see before the end of well, not this month, before the end of next month, having like full 24-person lobbies on the regular. Though Donkey Kong coming out is going to complicate that. because I am going to spend quite a bit of time trying it out. But anyway, thanks for hanging out, and yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow morning. It depends on what time I wake up. But for people who are new, I've been playing a lot, probably around like 6 a.m. Pacific time, and then coming back on at 7 p.m. Pacific time. So I play a little bit before work and then a little bit after. So my life revolves around Mario Kart.